You go to people's houses and you see them planting flowers. My guy,
are you planting flowers?
Why are you planting flowers? Like whatsoever that flower can do, is it serenade the environment or
beautify
it? Cucumber can do that and then still feed you.
Yeah.
You know, crops
that's
like cucumber, like
use one stone to kill two birds.
Kill 3-4 birds. Cucumber, tomato, and all of those things. And see, there is something people don't know. If you eat well, if you eat good, you hardly fall sick. You hardly visit the doctor. Especially things that eat fresh food, like things that are kind of organically grown, not all this synthetic with plenty of chemicals in it. You see that you don't have that propensity to fall ill at every time. Cucumber takes about 6 weeks before it starts producing. 6 weeks? Yes.
6 weeks. That's a month and 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's just a month and 2 weeks. 6 to 7 weeks. It starts fruiting. The idea is that I'm supposed to make like 10 times of whatsoever I invested here.
Are you serious? Times 10?
That is just the truth.
Have you ever thought of starting up a cucumber farm? Have you ever thought of planting cucumbers? Maybe you have, and maybe you haven't. But if you have thought of it, you might be thinking you need a very big land or thousands of dollars to start up a cucumber farm. But I'm here to tell you that you don't need all that. Because in a bit, we are going to be meeting up with a guy who started cucumber farming in a very small scale, and is even still doing it in a small scale, and is making money out of it. This is something you also can do with that little space of yours. So if you are interested to watch a video like this, stay tuned and come with us.
Yeah.
Please, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Okay, yeah, good evening. I'm Nwafor. I'm the managing director, Nwafor Farms Enterprise.
Okay, so which setting is this, your cucumber farm?
Yeah. You know, we've been here before. Then it was used for tomato.
Yeah.
And then this time around, I've done some crop rotation, brought in cucumber here.
Yeah.
So this is our cucumber farm for now. Why the essence of the crop rotation is to reduce the build-up of pests and diseases. You know, there are some diseases that are unique to tomato and might not affect cucumber.
Okay.
So if you continue planting, say, tomato alone on the same piece of land, year in, year out, like every time, these diseases, these pests and diseases grow in numbers, get immunity. But when you introduce a new crop, because most pests of tomato don't affect cucumber.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you introduce new crops like that, something like cucumber, for instance, these pests and diseases don't thrive, they don't survive. They either move away or they'll die.
So the cucumbers you plant here, are they like the normal regular ones we see in the market? Because most times I feel like these cucumbers are not supposed to do well here in the southeast. Is it supposed to do well here?
Yes. Before now, we've always had that perception that crops like cucumber, tomato, watermelon, yes, don't grow or do well in the south.
Yeah.
That is not true at all. That's not in any way true. All what it requires is the expert knowledge. You know, doing getting seeds or crops. Yeah, getting seeds that have been made suitable to the environment.
Okay.
We have these seeds available. Like take for instance the seed I'm using here, the cucumber seeds I'm using here. It's suitable to this environment.
Okay.
Very much suitable to the environment. That's why it's doing very well. It's thriving very well. You can see from the fruits we've harvested earlier in the morning, the crops are
very
fresh, very fresh, and the yield is bountiful.
Yeah.
Today, this small place, we harvested like 2 bags of 25 kg.
So how long will it keep producing like that?
It will continue producing like this for another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So before it start producing, how many months does it take?
Cucumber takes about 6 weeks before it starts producing. 6
weeks?
7 weeks. Yes. 6
just 6 weeks. That's a month and 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's just a month and 2 weeks. 6 to 7 weeks. It starts fruiting. That's it's magical.
So now, from the nursery to maturity? 6 to 7 weeks.
From the nursery to maturity, it takes just 1 week to like.
So in 6 weeks, you can start eating cucumbers
That
from
is
the
just
seeds.
the truth. From the seed, like from the seed, it takes just 7 days to take them out from the nursery.
Wow.
Just 7 days. After 7
Are you
days,
sure I'm not going to try this?
like it's
That space you have there,
Yeah.
that space you have there, you are misusing. You are just overlooking the space. You can use it to plant something like this.
Right now, I set up home gardens for people.
Home gardens.
Yeah, home gardens
like
for
backyard
people.
farms.
Backyard, not even back, like home gardens. For artistic purposes. Instead of planting just ornamental flowers and all of those things that is just meant for beautification. Cucumber can beautify your space and then still give you food.
And you'll be eating the fruit just 6 to 7 weeks.
Fresh.
Do you know that I was thinking it's like 3 months?
No.
So guys, this is what you gain from coming to a cucumber farm. You can see how big this is. I'm going to finish this all alone. Yes. So how do you plant these cucumbers? From the seeds? Is it the seed you get from this cucumber that you used to plant it?
No, we get the seeds from. I buy the seed, hybrid seed. I get hybrid seeds, but it's also possible to get the seed from the cucumber directly.
Okay.
But it won't give as much result as getting the first offspring.
Okay.
You know it's more like crossing from a cross already. So
okay, I get you. I get you.
It is better to get the
direct line.
The direct line instead of now getting from which has been cultivated. Yeah, but it's not as if it won't grow.
Yeah, it will still do well.
So
how do you source for this seeds? Is it in Nigeria?
Yes. Like
we want to know, because there are people out there that want to start planting stuff like this.
Like this one, this is Sierra F1 from East West. It's East West Seed. It's a seed company. They produce all kinds of seeds. So this one is Sierra F1 from East West. So they have distributors around, and then you could also get the seeds in agro stores nationwide. Yeah. Okay,
so you plant it. How do you plant it? How do you water it? What kind of manure do you use to make it grow and be fresh like this? Because for someone that would want to start up a cucumber farm, he or she needs to know all these things so that you won't make a mistake. You understand? So how do you plant it? How do you water? Just take us through.
Yeah. For me, I first of all set up a nursery. There are some people that plant the cucumber direct on the field. Like it's still okay, but it's best to go through the nursery phase. Then once you set up your nursery and you incorporate the seeds, after 7 days, the cucumber is ready to be transplanted. Then you transplant to the field. Before transplanting, you've already prepared the beds or ridges, any of them. Then incorporate manure, fertilizer. But what I used here was mainly poultry manure, since I also do poultry. The manure I get from my poultry,
you use it here?
I use it here. Nothing is wasted. Whether you buy manure from me or you don't buy manure from me, my manure is being put to use. So I incorporate the manure. I use I like this particular cucumber. I use zero inorganic fertilizer. It's just purely organic.
You don't use
fertilizer.
Any chemicals?
No chemicals.
Wow.
Just purely.
That was the question I wanted to ask you, because I feel like you spray something on them or.
No chemical at all.
I'm still shocked that it took this cucumber just 7 weeks to get to this stage that we are eating it from the seeds. Guys, that's really a very short time.
Just 7 weeks. So it's something very, very easy and doable. And then talk about space. It doesn't take a lot of space. Like if you take the distance, like the distance between here,
this is a very small space.
It's a very small space. Very small space. Very, very small space. And this morning we had harvested 225 kg full of cucumber, full 25 kg bags.
And they're still going to be producing.
From just here. And after 2 days, we'll be harvesting again.
After 2 days?
Yes, sir. After
harvesting, It takes 2 days for it to come out again.
For it to come out again. Like what you are seeing here.
Are you serious?
What you are seeing here.
Yes. It's the little ones.
After today and tomorrow, it will be very big. Like it might get to this size. That thing you're seeing there.
Wow.
When you come back after tomorrow, it will get to this size.
Okay.
So you see, this thing doesn't take time at all. It just,
are you sure I'm not going to start planting cucumbers?
Definitely. Like those small spaces around you. You don't need like there are some people, okay, like some people do complain that their spaces are interlocked, they don't have soil around. You could get sack bags. You could get sack bags.
They can still grow on sack bags.
They grow on sack bags. Fill sand inside sack bags. You could get condemned car tires.
Yeah.
Get pots, rubber containers, anything that
you can put sand in it.
You could put soil in it and then just plant it and allow it grow.
So I know that as there are advantages to this cucumber farming, there will be also disadvantages to it. So what are those disadvantages you face in this farm? So that anyone out there that also wants to go into cucumber farming will be aware of these things and take caution. Yeah.
Okay, I won't really say disadvantage.
Okay.
I'll say challenges.
Challenges?
Yes.
Okay, let's know.
Some of the challenges one might face, basically it's one, seeds.
Okay.
Getting viable and quality seeds. Because, you know, every plant, crop, whatsoever, starts from the seed. Whatever result you get is as the viability or effectiveness of the seed you planted. So every plant starts from the seed.
Just like what you sow is what you reap.
Is what you reap. That is it.
Yeah.
So the number one challenge is getting viable seeds.
Okay.
Viable seeds. Once you get viable seeds, let's say about 70% of your problems are solved. And then another challenge that's being posed is pests and diseases.
Okay.
Especially the pests can be controlled. You could get insecticide.
Okay.
Yes, you could get pesticide and spray as at when due. The main thing is to get a guide. Yeah, to get a guide. Yes, that can put you through. Or maybe somebody that has already been in the business. There are also diseases that affect cucumber. There are also deficiency, like maybe absence of calcium, absence of nitrogen, and all of those. At that point, you need to fertilize. You could apply fertilizer and all of those things. So as a cucumber farmer, you need to research wide, read wide, ask questions, meet people that are already in the business, that have been, doing the business, so that you can learn one or two from it.
So why do you like agriculture? Because I noticed you are planting cucumbers, you are planting watermelons, you are planting pineapples, you have a poultry farm, you have a corn farm. Bro!
So there's this adage in my local dialect that it'll be adandogonoidem. That's it's the stomach that brings shame to the back. We just have to eat.
Okay.
We need food. We have to eat. And then as human, as a man, once you have food security, at least 70% of your life problem is solved. Because 70% of every human problem is what to eat. Now who chop belle full, they think about food, about clothes, about gadgets, about other things. So food is essential. So my idea of having food as an essential push me. It's the major drive. It's my major drive, and I like good food. I like food. I like good food.
Fresh food.
Fresh food. So food is essential. Yeah. Food security is one thing that has pushed me, has been my consistent drive in agriculture. Like I told you earlier, like for me, I feel no space, as in there shouldn't be any vacant space. Like what you see around, if you go around the farm, you see that I try to maximize like for me as a person, I feel like space no suppose waste. Like these spaces are, like as I told you the other time, when you maybe by next month, between July August, I should be setting up a yam sack farm, planting yams on sack. That will, all those small spaces you see around, I'm
You keep
filling those
sacks.
places with sacks. It
Bro.
it should just be a narrow pathway between, be as it should be a narrow pathway. And one thing with all of these crops, it cleanses the air.
Yeah.
It cleanses the air around, because normally our elementary knowledge of plants, they take in carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. Why ours is vice versa. We take in oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. So these plants, when you have plants, so much plants around, the air around that environment is fresh.
Yeah.
Is just fresh and clean.
A lot of people know that, okay, agriculture is hard. Like, let's say, for instance, planting these cucumbers, it's not easy.
At
We'll
all.
say it's not easy because you need to till the ground, you need to always be watering it and all. What's your advice? What keeps you going? What keeps you going, that when you be like, most times you will just wake up in the morning and maybe today you are tilling the ground, what keeps you going?
Growth. I'll say growth. I love nature. I love seeing things grow. You know, I told you earlier that this cucumber, it takes about 7 to 8 weeks
I was very surprised when you said that.
for it
7 weeks.
For it to get, like, for it to metamorphose from seed to the point which you are plucking and eating the fruits. 7 to 8 weeks. So I love seeing that growth. I love it when I put a seed in my seed tray in the nursery, and then 1 week after, I've seen like it has sprouted already. It has sprouted, not just sprouted, it's big enough for transplanting. I'm transplanting, yes, to the main field in 7 days. That growth alone is just beautiful. It's beautiful when you come after 3-4 weeks and you see those flowers already. That's signs that
the cucumber is coming up.
The cucumber is about to fruit. So that, as in the growth already, it keeps you anticipating, that suspense.
Yeah.
I just want to see when, so that
you
growth,
just want to see when it start
coming out. So that keeps me going. That fuels my drive.
So, like this place that you just did this cucumber, like how many by how many is this?
This is from this point to that end should be about 30 slightly less than 30 meters. 30 and meters. Then from there to that end, it's not up to 10 meters.
So like 30 by 10?
Yeah, let's say 30 by 10.
That's small.
That's
how much do you sell a bag?
Right now, full bag right now, it depends on who's buying. 6,000-7,000.
Okay.
6,000-7,000.
So like every 2 days you make somewhere around 15,000.
12 to 15,000 every 2 days.
Bro, I need to join you in this business.
And then the seed, the seed I got for this place, it was just 1 pack. Okay, one and a half pack of seed. 1.5 pack of seed. A pack was about 6,500. So I used about a pack and a half.
So let's just say you bought seeds of 10,000.
Yeah, let's say I bought seed for 10,000, and then the labor, I work with the boys. I have my boys in the farm. So with proper assumption, I can say I spend about 20 to 25k to set this up. Labor charge, seeds, everything. 20 to 25k to set this up.
So like how many times will you harvest it before it stops bearing? I'll still have, like what I have here, I'll still harvest for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Every 2 days you'll be harvesting?
Every 2 to 3 days.
Wow.
Every 2 to 3 days.
That means you can harvest it up to like 10 times.
The idea is that I'm supposed to make like 10 times of whatsoever I invested here.
Are you serious? Times 10?
That is just the truth.
So how long does it take before you harvest all? Let's just say maybe once it starts bearing to when you stop harvesting.
Once it starts bearing to when I start harvesting, Could be a month, about
Okay, so you
three
make
weeks
like
to 1
times
month.
10 of what you invested within a month.
Yes.
That's a very fast profit.
The thing is just that the stress involved is but the good thing in it is that
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
the stress is justified for,
Yeah.
because you see your money, just get the market ready. And right now it's not difficult to
To
market
sell.
all of these products.
Mm,
We have the internet, we have friends, colleagues, people staying around.
yeah.
It's not
So for
difficult.
someone that wants to start, can they reach out to you? Maybe you give them a little
Yeah, sure.
guideline or show them where to buy these seeds. Then you said you do some farm setup,
Yeah, I
maybe
set up farms. I set up
home
farms, home
gardens.
gardens.
So if there's anyone that is interested,
Yes, I set up farms, home garden, commercial farms,
okay.
uh, anything farm. I do set up farms. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like everybody should get involved
In
in
agriculture.
agriculture.
At least even if it
It's
is in a little scale.
the slightest
Plant
of it.
something.
Plant something.
Things are really getting
Plant
expensive. The
something.
price of food now. Let's not go there.
Most times, it's not even like, it's not just based on like, you go to people's houses and you see them planting flowers. My
Yeah.
guy,
Are you
my
planting
guy,
flowers?
why are you planting flowers? Like, you say you want, as in, whatsoever that flower can do, is it serenade the environment or
Beautify
like
it.
beautify it? Cucumber can do that, and then still feed you.
Yeah.
Crops
That's
like
dual
cucumber,
purpose.
like
You use one
dual,
stone to kill two
to
birds.
kill 3-4 birds, cucumber, tomato, and all of those things. You have visitors now that things are quite expensive. Enter your garden, pluck cucumber, send for groundnuts. Dinner and lunch is set. You get.
That's true.
So it's
So
not a big deal at
So
all.
okay, this is what we are going to do. You sell the seeds here.
Yes, I get seeds from my supplier.
Okay, so you can get seeds and
Yes,
maybe give to people.
I could always direct or get the seeds myself, so I know, okay, I know the quality
Okay.
of seeds I'm sending.
So okay, just put your number out there. Maybe if there's anyone that wants to reach out to
Okay,
you, can reach out to you, and yeah, just
sure.
talk to the camera.
Yeah, my phone number, WhatsApp line, it's 081
Okay.
9893.
For farm consultations.
Farm consult,
If you are
everything,
interested to get cucumber seeds, guys,
everything
you know what?
agriculture.
For me, I'm going to start planting cucumbers. I have a little space. I think I'm going to do mine in tires. So maybe when I start doing mine, I'm going to show it to you guys that this particular guy here is going to teach me. His farm is kind of very, very far from where I'm staying, but we had to just come here and make this video because there are people out there that want to see this kind of videos, because that little space in your backyard around you, that space you are not using for anything, put it into use. Start planting cucumbers, start planting watermelons, start planting tomatoes. Use it for something. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell, because some other time we are going to be bringing you guys more updates on small scale farming and small businesses you can go into with your very little capital. Thank you for watching. Do have a nice day. Until next time, as I always say, peace.